She off them white lines, and she ain't standing up. Crown stamped on it, got my branding up. Don't panic, East Atlantic, this a different standard. This couldn't go better if a nigga like me planned it. Pushing P Mark 16 on your calendar. It's halftime, put the rest of talents, bruh. Time to celebrate, complete another lap. You know I see everything, ooh, I needed that. I like a stance on her. Play her calls right, pop a couple bands on her. Listen, I heard all bad bitches up a botch. Get kicked out the whip, talk too much like Takashi. Plays made in Kentucky, I'm a wildcat. Virgil with the flow, how I style that. Can't compare me to a local nigga. Global talk, all trill. What's your total, nigga?
Let me show you how it go, right? Keep it G, nigga, making sure your dough rise. Taking long flights while we on this long flight. $250,000 if we talking about a quote price. Yeah. Let me show you how it go, right? Keep it G, nigga, making sure your dough rise. Taking long flights while we on this long flight. $250,000 if we talking about a quote price.
Now niggas hating cause they can't get a feature. Freak ball heads coming out of alopecia. It's nice to meet you, let's play a game of keeper. Big bank, take little bank. Say I ain't the greatest on the island by yourself. Flashback, Hank, custom wall paint, that's minimal rank. What they all think, touch more countries and states. Mine always said finish what's on dinner plate. When them lies exposed, eyes with them other minutes, squares to a circle, I done really hit a centerfold. If it's on my brother, no. If you need, I'm on, bro. That be second nature, God, put that in my soul. Dreams turn reality, bones in the soil. Better switch your spot if the bubble start to boil. The gang get hard reflections, aluminum your foil. Even when they wasn't, I still remain loyal.
Let me show you how it go, right? Keep it G, nigga, making sure your dough rise. Taking long flights while we on this long flight. $250,000 if we talking about a quote price. Yeah. Let me show you how it go, right? Keep it G, nigga, making sure your dough rise. Taking long flights while we on this long flight. $250,000 if we talking about a quote price. Yeah.
Yeah. What up? You already know what it is, man. Happy New Year, everybody. What's good? What's going on, man? My brother Uncle Diggity in the building, tapping in with his brethren as usual. You dig? Shouts out to everybody, man. What's going on, man? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You did 2024, and we going to bring 2024 in right. Shouts out to my brother Red Supreme TV1 for that beautiful show earlier. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was up early smoking and drinking, so I kind of passed out and I didn't get to catch the show. You did. I fell asleep and passed out and I woke up and then I just caught the tail end of it, man. It's a beautiful show from what I was listening to. And that's what it's all about, man. Just having a conversation, man, and sitting up there. You understand what I'm saying? Having a conversation like men. You know what I'm saying? And I thank all you brothers who was on the panel, Black Migo, Tariq, you know what I'm saying? A couple other brothers, I can't remember their name. But, you know, and this is just what I say whenever I speak in this situation, man. You know, just think about what I always tell y'all, man. Agent, provocateurs, and rabble-routers abound. And my whole thing is, what is the reason behind you pushing this narrative, pushing this ideology, pushing this rhetoric? Who's paying you? What is the benefit? All right? When it's so easily to annihilate with the actual facts, right? You feel me? And all this word salad, word play, switching things around. Nah, man, we ain't going for none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to entertain the conversation unless people was going to flat out say, if you're not in the agreement that hip hop was a totally and completely Black American creation in its entirety without the help or influence from no one, then I only want to have a conversation with you. There's no point in having a conversation with you because now we're just doing this back and forth rigmarole that's generating all of this stuff, right? So somebody's profiting from that. It ain't us. So what's the point of having that conversation? And who's profiting? Like I say, agent provocateurs and robber rousers abound. Who's paying you? Who do you work for? What is your purpose? Cui bono? Who benefits? How does anybody benefit from you pushing this narrative that in any shape, form, or fashion, any other group of people had a sole part of any part to adding on and helping to create hip-hop? Hip-hop culture, anything about it, even the elements that went into creating hip-hop, that doesn't come from Black culture. The fact that we're still having this conversation, y'all, is proof of an agenda. The history totally proves otherwise. And like I say, y'all, we living in this era of 2 + 2 = 5. I want y'all to know. That's why I tell y'all read 1984 by George Orwell. And see, it's not so much that the people in 1984 believed or actually thought that 2 + 2 = 5. They know that 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5, but due to cognitive dissonance and due to certain things that go along with it, not accepting that 2 + 2 = 5, even when you know it doesn't, that's when it becomes a problem. And this is where we at now. You know, the ill part about it is when you actually start to believe that 2 + 2 = 5, knowing that it doesn't. That's cognitive dissonance. Now, either Dr. Cologne is suffering from a severe case of cognitive dissonance, right, which could very much be possibly so, or he could very much possibly potentially be an agent provocateur spreading this rhetoric, this ideology, and this narrative for whatever purposes he's doing it. And that's just my take on it. Shout out to my brother Red for a fire stream, classic stream. Going to go down in history as the best first day, New Year's Day stream of 2025. Shout out to my brother Red. But we're going to get to listen here. What we don't talk about tonight, though, man. And I be telling y'all, man, that stuff is always deeper than what it seems. Pause, man. Right? Now, when it comes to this situation with Sean and what's his name? Thomas Dean. What's the TD stand for? These two dudes, man, is up to their necks, man. You hear me? These two brothers right here, man. You hear me? Up to their necks. Y'all see I got my, right? Hold on. Y'all see I got my Biggie shirt on, right? Rest in the essence, the big, man. Rest in the essence, the big, man. I know at some point, Big realized what he really was involved with. And that's the reason why he was slowly but surely breaking himself away from Puff back in the day. I don't know if anybody remembers that or recognizes that or realizes that. But, you know, Big definitely was in the process of separating himself from Sean. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to do it in time before his untimely passing. And shout out to my man Larry Gators, man, his research team, man. Listen, man. Now, I tell people all the time that you don't get to the level of success where these guys get without rubbing elbows with the people who y'all hear me talking about, because these people run this industry. I don't know if y'all know, But the people that run the banking industry, finance, they're the same people that run the entertainment business, man. The music falls under entertainment, hip hop specifically and especially. Right? And there's no coincidence that these two guys right here are so intricately involved with pause and connected to each other. Right? Right? See, we all been led to think or be led to think or be leading to, they be making it seem like when we hear the stories of all these rap artists that become moguls, you know, people like Jay-Z, Sean Carter, we've been led to think that these guys, due to their successful rap careers, they amassed enough financial wealth to be able to do the things they do, that now these guys are all billionaires. Puff, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, it's a lot more, man. Gotta throw his name in here too. 50 Cent. Yep, Curtis is in there as well. Right? All these rappers turn actors and moguls, businessmen. Right? Man Dupree. Right? JD. Of course, we got Sean. Right? Right? Now, Sean is involved way deeper, pause, than what we even could ever imagine. And I already knew, right? But I didn't know how deeply connected to the people that I'll be researching Sean actually is in real time. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to go on a journey. This is a journey. Y'all remember that back in the day, man? This is a journey. Right? We're going to go on a little trip down Connect the Dot Lane tonight, man. On our brother Sean and our brother TD Jakes. And these guys are connected in more ways than one. Pause. Pause, man. You feel me? And I gotta say pause because,
power on.
Allegedly, and I don't even like to get into this stuff, man, because this is almost in the arena of chatty pattiness. But I mean, we have to bring it up because it's part of the basis of what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? It's even publicly being spoken on. So to not speak on it would be to not be speaking on this situation in its fullest context. You understand what I'm saying? Let me turn the volume up on this joint. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. New Year's Day, 2024, man. We here, man. Right? We're going to have some interesting shows this week. I got some more pre-recorders I'm about to drop. It's a beautiful thing, man. Right? Right? It's going crazy, man. It's just like it's just getting worse and worse every day, man. You feel me?
Diddy's the most evil person in the rap industry, is what fans have been saying after multiple allegations have came out against him.
Diddy Combs is facing another lawsuit over sexual assault.
Other women are gearing up to come out. What else is this weirdo Diddy on?
A fourth woman has come forward with sexual assault allegations against rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
He's been accused of setting up his friends.
I said, Puff, the guys are coming to kill us tonight. He said, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. Somebody in the car pointing a gun at Big Mill. Next thing you know, you hear it say, pow!
Gang, assault, and many more sinister things. Tap here to dive into the disturbing accusations of Diddy. Diddy's the most evil person in the rap industry, is what fans have been saying.
Not the most evil, man. Right? Now, I want y'all to understand why all this stuff is happening with the homie Sean, man. The chickens have come home to roost. Right? The jig is up. You're on deck. You know? Now, this is crazy what I've been finding out, y'all, man. You hear me? Absolutely insane. Right? And I can understand why what's happening to Sean is happening to him right now. Right? Now let's take a trip down memory lane, right? Because when Diddy first became popular, when he first was starting to be on his rise to being where he is at today, right? We got to take it back to the beginning of things, man. But I want y'all to listen to this real quick.
Happiness is a choice, you know, perception, perspective. Yeah, that's the shit I'm into right now, staying on a high vibration. And so it's Friday, so I got my joint holder. I'm just here playing music in the backyard, enjoying the day. I need y'all to tell me which remix y'all like better. Zag Bad joint. Shout out to all the DJs.
I finished on my ass with my nigga. Acting love here, so leave him in the back. Who look good at it's bad. Who look good at it's bad. Hey, man, I finished on my ass with my nigga.
This is a video, right, of Sean. I guess this was a week ago. This is P. Diddy goes live on Instagram after Bishop T.D. Jakes replies to him during a church service. You feel me? All right.
Sure, because after the shocking TikTok video about Diddy and this Christian preacher.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Some praise and honor and glory. I can feel you. I can feel you. Would you just give God some glory and praise and go ahead and lift him up? I am fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm the man for the job. I'm good. Come on. Come on, give God some praise. I can feel you. Relax. Give God some praise. We're not going to let the devil take over our service. No. I'm not going to let the rain stop me. I'm not going to let the weather stop me. And I'm sure not going to let the lions stop me. I'm going to give God an extra praise. Y'all looking at me like you my physician trying to see if I'm good. I'm good. You can't do this 50 years and ain't been in a fight. Ain't been in a storm. Ain't been up under attack. I'm fine. He that is with me is more than all those that are against me. I'm fine. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Let's lift up the name of Jesus. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for being concerned about me. I can feel you. I can feel you. I'm okay. Come on. Come on. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good because I know the truth. When you know the truth, you ain't got to be nervous. You ain't got to be uneasy. You ain't got to be in trouble. Come on, come on, come on.
Sound pretty nervous to me,
come
man.
on, come on. Would you help me welcome our internet audience that's streaming online? Come on, give God a praise for all of them. Thank you for tuning in, logging in, looking in, praying in, watching in, discerning in. Whatever brought you in, I was glad that you are here, and we greet you in the name of the Lord. One more time for our streaming audience. My God. If anything, I feel closer to the Lord than I ever have. Hallelujah. I feel his presence with me right now. The anointing of God is in this place. Amen. Keep it moving. The worst that could happen if everything was true, all I got to do is repent sincerely from my heart. There's enough power in the blood to cover all kinds of sins. I don't care what it is, the blood would fix it. But I ain't got to repent about this. All I got to do is step over top of it and keep on going on. Glory to God, I'm not in trouble. I'm talking about the power of the blood, amen. Thank you, Jesus. I have used it, and I will use it again, but I ain't got to use it for that. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Whatever I needed, it's available to me, and it's available to you, and you can have it when you need it, but you don't have to plead the blood when you didn't do the crime.
Right? Even if I did, even if I did do it, I still would be covered. Not quite so, but you know, you can tell that to a whole bunch of emotionally charged people who don't really have no over, inner, outer understanding of such things, right? But y'all know we gonna get to it over here, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share on your social engineering, man. Listen here, man. Now, when we talking about this dude, Sean, we got to go back to the beginning. Y'all remember back in the day, it was this whole thing going on in the mid to late 90s or even early 2000s with the hip-hop industry expanding into different markets. Right? Right? There's a whole thing going on where through the advent of hip-hop, you had different artists, moguls, coming up with their own clothing lines, right? You had Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? You had Rockaware, right? Right? You had Rockaware from Rockefeller, Def Jam and all of that, Jay-Z, Dame and all of that, Freeway, which branched off into, you feel me? Which branched off into, you know what I'm saying, state property. You feel me? Which evolved into state property, you know. We had clothing lines like right? Nelly had a clothing line. know what I'm saying? Nelly had the clothing line. He had the apple bottoms. You feel me? You know? But when we talk about Sean, right? Of course, we're talking about Sean John. Sean Jean, hold on. Right? Now, of course, we're talking about the Sean John clothing line, right? Now, we are led to believe that these people own these clothing lines, right? Have sole ownership within them. And they absolutely do not. So we gotta have to take a walk down this journey and see why Sean and TD Jakes at the same time are both being targeted for public humiliation and character assassination. Hopefully that's just it, you know, because the people that they playing with, they tend to get people up through. You know what I'm talking about? Tap in and walk with us. There's a guy, right? This guy. All right. This guy right here. Hold on. Damn, hold on. Right. This guy right here, y'all. How many of y'all know who this guy is right here? This gentleman right here is Ronnie Burkle. Right? mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Okay, so Ronnie Burkle is a big Hollywood insider, right? How many of y'all know who Ronnie Burkle is? All right. Ronnie Burkle is a very wealthy guy, right? Ronnie Burkle is an American businessman. He's the co-founder and managing partner of the Ukaipa Companies LLC, a private investment firm that specializes in U.S. companies in the distribution, logistics, food, retail, consumer, hospitality, entertainment, sports, and light industrial sectors. Ukaipa has executed grocery chain mergers and acquisitions involving supermarket chains, including Fred Meyer Rouse and Jurgensen's, and once owned stakes in about 135 companies, including grocery chains, A&P, and Whole Foods Market, before the respective demise and takeover. Burkle's net worth was estimated at $2 billion on February 12, 2018. He had been ranked number 633 on Forbes' list of the richest people on the planet, 2014. Right? Why am I talking about Ronnie Burkle? Oh, yeah, that's definitely a forced you know, that's definitely a forced smile, right? Right? Definitely a forced smile. This stuff goes deep, man. You hear me? Okay, so Ronnie Burkle was a billionaire guy, investor guy, right? Him and Puff is good homies, right? How did Puff meet Ronnie Burkle, right? He became familiar with him through his friend, their compatriot, or should I say their contemporary. Y'all remember this guy. His homie, Andre Harrell. Right? You got to remember Uptown Records, where Puff got his start, was owned and founded by Andre Harrell. Man, this stuff go deep, man. You feel me? Tap in and walk with me, man. Y'all know how to sit here and do my due diligence, man. This is crazy, man. Right? Ronnie Burkle, man. Billionaire, dude, investor. You know what I'm saying? Owns a lot of stuff. You know, got ownership in a lot of different things. But Andre Harrell is how Puffy was introduced, right, to Ronnie Burkle, right? Ronnie Burkle was the main investor to help Sean create Sean John, right? That's where Puff got the startup money to start Sean John. You feel me? Right? Tap in and walk with me. Y'all hit that like button, man. Click on the bell and subscribe to the page. You feel me? Right? Tap in, walk with me now, y'all. We're talking about Puffy. We're talking about Sean Combs, man. And this is one of the major reasons why they're coming at his head right now. Pause, man. Because he's involved with a lot of people, man. And you know what I mean? If he was to somehow talk, you know, because he's been under investigation from the feds for about a good 12 years, man. 7 years for sure. Publicly anyway. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop police is very real, y'all. Don't think it's just something they made up. Nah, it's very real, man. There's a whole federal branch and a whole FBI squad, you know what I'm saying, set up just to investigate these rap niggas, man. Right, you know what I mean? Just to watch these niggas, investigate these niggas, because they up to their necks, most of them in criminal shit. Right? Hard to believe, but you know, when they start getting in a bed with these billionaire and multi-millionaires and billionaires, they start telling you start getting a different tax bracket, y'all. Y'all start rubbing elbows with the people that run shit, man. When you start getting a certain level of notoriety and, you know, influence, these people, they recruit you. You did? Tap in and walk with me, man. Shout out to my brother XL Pro in the building. You did? Ronnie Burkle. All right, this guy. Y'all see Ronnie Burkle, man. Ronnie Burkle connected to everybody. Clinton. You know? Ronnie Burkle was the main investor in Sean John. Right? You could basically, they say that this was P. Diddy's sugar daddy, man. Right? Right? The people who helped him go from bad boy to billionaire. He's a rapper turned businessman who has had a profound effect on pop culture, but he didn't do it on his own. Here are the people who helped Diddy reach the top. Right? See, Andre Harrell, his name always come up. All right. Andre Harrell is the man responsible for discovering Sean Combs' hire as an unpaid intern at Uptown Records, where he became a quick rising A&R director and ultimately Puff Daddy. In 1993, Harrell fired Puff, who had already become a star, and called the termination one of the best things that could have happened to me. Yeah. Yeah. Right. We're talking about Ronnie Burkle now. If P. Diddy has ever had, listen to this, y'all. This is an article, man. Lance Parker, what's good? If P. Diddy has ever had a sugar daddy, it's Ron Burkle. At a net worth around $3 billion, Burkle is a partner of the private equities and venture capital firm that merged some of America's biggest supermarket chains. In addition to becoming one of McDonald's suppliers, Burkle has raised 9 figures for the Democratic Party, and somewhere along the line he met P. Diddy, and that's through Andre Harrell. He invested $100 million into Sean John for retail expansion and will continue to be Diddy's go-to venture capitalist. Oh, that's just Ron Burkle hanging out with Bill Clinton. This guy. Y'all. Right? Now, right? P. Diddy had his 46th birthday party at Ronnie Burkle's mansion. Right? You did. P. Diddy had his 46th born day party at Ronnie Burkle's mansion. Ronnie Burkle will also go on to connect Sean, right? Let me pull this picture up for y'all real quick. Smash that like button, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. We going in. Pause. All right. See, the internet is undefeated. Right? These are photos from Diddy's 46th birthday bash. Kim was still alive at this point. Rest in the essence to Kim Porter. Right? Kim was still alive at this point, y'all. She was beautiful too. Right? That's his mother. All right. They hating all them dumbass ass and stuff, right? You see him and his mom's, right? Diddy celebrated his 46th birthday bash Saturday night in a mansion in Beverly Hills, which saw a lot of stars, including Jay-Z, Kanye West, Ludacris, Tyrese, Wiz Khalifa, Vin Diesel, Kendall Jenner, Kourtney Kardashian, Amber Rose, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Right? Right? Everybody was at that party. This is at Ronnie Burkle's house now. Vin Diesel in there, Tyrese in the building, Wiz Khalifa, all these people. Somehow Groovy Lou, hold on, man. Why was Groovy Lou acting all like that and he at the party? This the same Jamaican nigga that was on Drinking Champs. This the same Jamaican nigga that was on Drink Champs. So why was he acting like he was all, you know? Not maybe that's why he wasn't really trying to rock with Puff, man. Maybe he went to this party that night, man. And he was like, I'm cool on Puff, man. That's our homeboy from Drink Champs right there that wasn't trying to kick it with Puff, man. Right? This is all at Ronnie Burkle's crib, y'all. Amber Rose was there. French Montana was there. Look, all these people, man. We starting to see a chain of events. Was that Heidi Klum? Right? Right? Bobby Brown. Tiger. This is all at Ronnie Burkle's mansion. Of course, Bow Wow was there. Look at that. French. My God, right? This is Puff's 46th birthday party, y'all. Miguel was there with his fine ass girl. Right? Party was jumping, right? Party was jumping, right? So let's get back to this, though. Let me put y'all back to this, though. All right. Right. Let's get back to Ronnie Burkle. All right. Let me pull this up on the screen for y'all, right? So we got Ronnie Burkle, who was one of the main investors in the Sean John, right? Ronnie Burkle and Puff met through their similar acquaintance through Andre Harrell, right? It's a lot of mystery around Andre Harrell's passing. You know, he allegedly had some type of heart issues or health issues or something like that. But according to some of my sources and my research and you know, looking into certain things, Andre Harrell got privy to the underground organizations that are involved with the mobilization of sexualization, if y'all catch my drift. You feel me? And they put Puff in place, groomed him so they could replace Andre with him. Because Andre Harrell was definitely down for the cause up until he realized how deep that stuff went. Mysteriously, he came up dead. All right? Some type of health situation out of the blue. Right? But they had their boy Sean, who was also a member of the Divine Nine. Puff, yes, Puff is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. Yes, he is. So, you know. And he already showed that he was willing to do anything to be famous, to be on. So he was a prime pick to replace Andre. And that's exactly what they did. You got to understand, at Uptown Records, right? Who did we have at Uptown Records? We had Heavy D, Al B. Shore, Andre Harrell, Puffy. Who else was there at Uptown? Somebody else. I can't remember. All of those guys are dead now with the exception of Al B. Shore. Right? Now, through his connections with this guy, Ronnie Burkle, oh yeah, Father MC was on Uptown Records. Mary J. Blige was on Uptown Records. Damn, who else was on Uptown Records, man? Couple other acts, man. Right? If I'm mistaken, Chucky Booger was signed to Uptown. I might be mistaken with that one, though. Right? But this Guy was signed up. Oh, yes, Guy was signed to Uptown Records. Yes, they were. Right? So through his connections with Ronnie Burkle, who was the main investor into Sean John, right? This is also how he got his connections, right? This is also how he got his connections when he started his alcohol company that we led to believe that Puff Daddy was the owner of, Ciroc. See, a lot of us been led to believe that Puff Daddy owns Ciroc. No, he's the face of Ciroc. Right? Ciroc is a brand that's owned by a company called Diageo. Huh? What y'all know about this? Diageo, or which is short for Dia Giovanno, right? Diageo is an Italian-based company, alcohol company out of Italy, right? And the company, one of their brand names is Ciroc. And they allowed Sean to be the face of their company and gave him a position with the company along with being the face spokesperson thereof, using his star power to push the brand. Right? You understand what I'm saying, man? Do you dig me? right? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Right? That's how they always get done. That's how they always get done. Same do Jay-Z and the net. Exactly. 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 Exactly, Uncle Diggity. Right? Diageo was formed in 1997 from the merger of Guinness PLC and Grand Metropolitan. Its creation was driven by the executives Anthony Greener, Philip Yee at Guinness, along with George Bull and John McGrath of Grand Metropolitan. Diageo owns over 200 brands with sales in nearly 180 countries, including the world's best-selling Scotch whiskey, Johnny Walker, and the world's most celebrated gin, Tanqueray. The world's best-selling premium distilled vodka, Smirnoff. The major shareholders of Diageo, VGTSX, right? Vanguard, MFS, Value Fund, A, right? Vanguard, again, Vanguard. So y'all know if Vanguard is involved, y'all know BlackRock is involved, right? These are the people that Puffy is connected to, right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Right? Now, this guy, Ronnie Burkle, right? Guess who else Ronnie Burkle was connected to, right? Well, he also owns the Pittsburgh Penguins, right? You guessed it. He's connected with Epstein. He's connected with Bezos, the Clintons. This is who Puffy's basically sugar daddy is. Look at all the people who Ronnie Burkle was connected to. All right. Ronnie Burkle's name is listed as on that flight manifesto for the Lolita Express as just the same as Sean's name is, and Barack and Michelle Michael allegedly, amongst many others. TD Jakes as well. Right? So this goes to show y'all how deeply connected these people be. I told you, Sean ain't coming under public scrutiny for no reason. His time is up. They got the goods on him. Right? They have no more use for Puffy. He's bringing too much attention to himself. His time has come. I told y'all about Recycle, man. I told you about the Ouroboros agenda. Yes, he's the fall guy. He's been groomed and primed and prepped to be the fall guy in exchange for fame and fortune. Sean always knew that this day was going to come. He just probably didn't realize it was going to come this fast. Pause. Oh, mind y'all, the word Ciroc, right? The term Ciroc, right? The term Ciroc is a Vatican term, right? Ciroc, C-I-R-O-C. The Vatican term Ciroc is a word or Vaticanized term meaning seduction. It's derived from one of the fallen angels who was named Ciroc. And speak of all the names of these demons in the book of Enoch. Right? One of the fallen angels, his name was Ciroc, a female deity, daemon, fallen angel, who was the presiding entity over seduction, which leads into other things like Kama Sutra, sex magic, magic with a I-C-K, not I-C. You understand? You look in scripture, the word magic is spelled with a C-K. These are the people who Puffy is involved with, man. These are the people who stand to be exposed. A lot of these people are also under investigation as well from their interaction and relations, business, personal, combination of the two, with Sean. Sean has become an asset. And due to the Ouroboros agenda, he must publicly be shamed and ridiculed and destroyed and consumed by the very machine that created him. And it's going to be spit out and regurgitated, recycled back out in the form of some new guy up and coming. I wonder who it could be. Right? Now, Vanguard is involved with the ownership of Diageo, which is the parent company owning Ciroc, which owns Ciroc. Puffy did not own Ciroc. He sat on the chairboard as an employee, and he was also the public face brand spokesperson for that brand, that line. It wasn't even the most popular vodka. Smirnoff still is. Who the hell drinks Smirnoff outside of Russia? Right? Puffy doesn't own Ciroc, just like he doesn't own or didn't own Sean John. The interest who invested into those companies do. So when we're talking about companies like Diageo, when we're talking about companies like Ronnie Burkle's companies, Josephine, what's good, girl? Happy New Year. When we're talking about guys like Sean and guys like Ronnie Burkle, Sean don't own shit. This ain't me hating. This is facts. He don't own shit. And the reason why his ass is in the grass right now is because it's his time. This is what he signed up for. This is what all the contracts and all the rituals and stuff they got to participate. It all culminates to this. You know? And when you start doing the connections on all of these people who they're connected with, their bloodlines, and so follow the money is going to get you to where you want to get to. But when you start following the bloodline, the family trees, who their mothers and fathers are, then we start getting to another situation. Ronnie Burkle is the owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Right? Ronnie Burkle is in business and lies in bed with lots of people. You see Bezos, the Clintons, Epstein, Trump. I mean, this is serious stuff, man. You know, this ain't no play right here, man. Look who this guy's connected with, man. This is Ronnie Burkle right here. This Ronnie Burkle right there, man. The guy on the right-hand side. This Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. You know? Puffy's connected to all of these people, man. Now, when we're talking about companies like Diageo, BlackRock having major ownership and stake in the company, so that lets you know who else, Vanguard, that lets you know who else is involved, right? BlackRock is definitely involved. This is Larry Fink. Y'all, I want y'all to start getting familiar with who these people are. This is Larry Fink, chairman, founder, and CEO of BlackRock Holdings. This is the largest entity on planet Earth. Y'all need to familiarize yourselves with who this company is and who this guy, Larry Fink, is. They own damn near everything. Right? Oh, yeah. And don't forget that Puff also got DeLeon Tequila, which he's also the face of and does not own, but is owned and was required or acquired by Diageo. DeLeon, if I'm not mistaken, let me check this, man, because I think hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Y'all know about DeLeon Tequila? DeLeon is Spanish for the lion, right? And DeLeon, right, or the city of Leon, is a city in Spain where so-called so-called Jays lived, right, in DeLeon. But what they're not saying is that they weren't used. They were Khazarians, perping like they was used. You hear me? This is also the Basque region of Spain, right? See? There's Leon right there. In the Basque region, De Leon, right, is where these Khazarians was, right? Who are the Khazarians? Y'all hear me talk about them all the time. So when we're talking about them naming their Vaca De Leon, it's to pay tribute to their Khazarian roots out of De Leon or Lion region of Spain, the Basque region, where these Khazarian demons had strongholds at. Also, extensions of the Khazarian Empire. Right? So that's just a little history lesson as well as connecting the dots on why Puffy is also, just to add more layers to why Puffy is under scrutiny. Why Puffy's ass is on the, burner right now. He's very much connected. And I'm also going y'all to show that these people, they don't own nothing. Puffy is a slave. He's been used to recruit, allegedly, right? He's been used as a gatekeeper, allegedly. He's allegedly partaken in the most lascivious and diabolical acts you can think of, allegedly. And he's all connected to the most powerful people who run this world. Who, when we do our due diligence on these people are connected to the very families and bloodlines that you hear me talking about. Namely, specifically, the Rothschilds. Now we got to get to TD Jakes. Or should I say, take that, snakes. Pause, man. All right? Smash that like button, click on the bell. Y'all subscribe to the page, man. It's 2024 in here, man. And we got to start doing our due diligence. We got to start connecting the dots, man. Right? Right? Now, how many of y'all know about TD Jakes? Huh? Right? What y'all know about TD Jakes? Right? Hold on, let me take this off the screen. Let me go back real quick. Hold on. Hold on real quick, y'all. Right? TD Jakes in 1996, right, was given 28 acres of land from none other than the Bush family. Right? Right? This is the proof. We about to sit up here and y'all do y'all due diligence on this stuff, man. Right? Right? Let me pull this up for y'all, right?
To begin to want you to get the language. He did not say that you are a free man, easy through the fallen angels called the.
Okay. Right? So Jake's got the land from the Bush family, man. For the Potter's house. That 28 acres he got out there in Dallas. He got that from the Bush family, man. Right? Y'all gotta remember who TD Jakes came from up under, man. Right? TD Jakes is up to his neck in graft. Up to his neck. You hear me? Right?
Astro apostles, all the big conferences, everybody knows, oh my God, they're the holy men of God, and they will pick their victims and they groom them.
TD Jakes is cooked. And I mean 100 billion% cooked. What does that mean for the people that defended him, though? Huh? What does that mean for the ones that have been fooled by his religiosity? What about them people? What about them?
He had a couple of pictures of Jakes in a very provocative manner.
The problem is this: a victim still remains a victim, and a victim has the right to speak out. So no amount of silencing is going to stop the victims. And we're going to talk about the victims. Man, be sure your deeds are going to find you out. Oh, wow. Okay, look, I'm going to put myself on the chopping block first. Okay, first, I fully understand what it is to have secrets. I 100% understand what it feels like to have secrets and always be walking on pins and needles, and then you're about to get that bubble pop right wide open, and you're like, oh my gosh, then you got to start, damage control. I know what it's like. I do. So when I'm going to say what I'm going to say next, I fully understand where TD Jakes is at right now. I know exactly where that man is, and I don't envy him, although I do have some advice for him. Let it happen, because the relief you're going to feel when you're done, trust and believe me, there's nothing like it. Nothing. Why are we talking about TD again? Well, too strong. You know how we don't like to say stuff ahead of time. We kind of wait. There's not no waiting with this one, because TDJ kind of opened the door. He opened the door for this, one, by his affiliations, and two, by his reactions. And I'm really going to make sure I milk this, because once I drop it, one of two reactions are going to come from you. You'll be like, ain't no way. Or you can be like, Okay, so hear me out. Two people have come forward stating some things that are unbelievable. Unbelievable is a word I'm looking for. Unbelievable. One guy, and he didn't name Jake, so I want to be clear about that. He didn't name, but he has had some tutelage by TD Jakes, and what he's saying will surprise you. Here's a little bit of that.
Referring to the black church specifically. And what that means is that there'll be a bishop, a pastor, apostle, someone who has big conferences. Everybody knows, oh my God, they're the holy man of God. And they will pick their victims and they groom them.
Okay, that's Prophet Manasseh. Trust me, I don't follow Prophet Manasseh. I don't follow anybody that has that before their name. So I'm not, let's put that aside for a quick second. But what he's saying is very vital. There are tons of things happening in what we call the church today that's going to be coming to light. This is one of them. TD Jakes' behavior is one of them. But not even heard that. You have not heard the receipts of the people who have had their altercations with TD Jakes. One of them is a man by the name of Jerome. He used to work security for the Potter's house. I'm not quite sure if he's still there after this, but he went to a blogger who is of the LGBTQ persuasion to give some info. Is it info or dirt? However you want to term it. He gave some salacious details about Mr. Jakes. One of them is of him, pictures, by the way, not just verbal. He has pictures of Mr. Jakes with a pie, a pumpkin pie, I guess, in his hand, but not dressed according to eating the cake. That's as graphic as I'm going to get you. And then there's another picture of Mr. Jakes on a motorcycle in an assuming position. Let's just call it he's anticipatory of something happening to him in this pose. And the man said he saw the actual photo of Mr. Jakes in that position given to him by a man named Jerome, who used to work for the Potter's house.
I was contacted by this gentleman, Tyrone. Tyrone works on the security team for Jakes at the Potter's house. And it was, early. He had a couple of pictures. He had a picture of Jakes in a thong with a peach cobbler that he had made. And then Jakes had bought him a motorcycle. And
so not only was this dude a power bottom, allegedly, he out here tricking, man. You tricking with the church's money, old TD Jakes, man. Right? Oh, yeah, I found out TD Jakes is a member of Omega Psi Phi. So he is a member of the Divine Nine, and he is also a Prince Hall Freemason. So he's very well connected. Mind you, y'all, if anybody is claiming to be a man of the Most High, right? He's claiming to be a Christian, as my big homie Geno Jennings would say. And he talking about he a Mason, or he's a member of any black Greek letter fraternities. He's probably a fraud, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the panel, right? And I want y'all to sit up here, chime in, tap in, speak your piece, spit your game, talk your ish, right? As in this whole thing, connecting with our brother TD Jakes and our brother Sean Combs. These guys are very well connected, man. TD Jakes is involved, man. He's connected, man. He riding Bentleys and stuff like that, man. Right? You got Puff Daddy involved with guys like Ronnie Burkle. You got these two guys allegedly in a relationship with each other, according to some sources, allegedly. Right? Right? In his first book that he ever published, right, T.D. Jakes, right? Right? He got 13 books, right? Right? Mm, 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 mm. This is about to be crazy right here, y'all, man. Right, his very first book is a book called The Devil Has Four Faces, right? Dan Patrick, what's good with you, man? Right? Hey, same to you. Right? No, that ain't it. Right? Lots of books, right? All of a sudden, I can't find that book. Right? Right? This dude, T.D. Jason, sit up here and said in one of these books, man, right, allegedly, that he was struggling with his sexual identity. But God healed me. This one, he was a small church. Right? His very first book, published book, was called the Four Devils, or whatever it was called. Freaky ass boy. Right? Excuse me. Freaky ass boy. You hear me? Yeah, boy, in hot water now, man. Right? Y'all see, I showed y'all this right when he said that, man. Huh? Don't ever forget, T.D. Jake said this not too long ago, man.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and
He can't be straight. I mean, he's pretty much giving out clues, man, how he gets down.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and I would have been swallowed.
Have you ever been swallowed up? Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? The link is in the chat, man, if y'all want to come on up, man. Listen, have you ever been swallowed up? Oh, you talking about some fun boy shit, man. Right? Right now, look at all these connections that these guys have, man. Right?
You wouldn't believe where I came from. I came from the leadership of Bishop R.C. Lawson, the Church of our Lord Jesus Christ of the Apostolic Faith, baptized in the name of Jesus Christ, the same organization that Bishop S.C. Johnson came out of. Bishop T.D. Jakes came out of the Apostolic Church. A lot of these men today who no longer believe in the baptism in the name of Jesus Christ. Now they believe in Trinity. Now the women all on the choir with pants on, looking like a disco junk. And churches have become so weak, so watered down, until it is acceptable in the sight of everybody. You wouldn't believe where I came from.
I know a lot of y'all be hating on Brother Gino, man. Brother Gino ain't perfect. All right? But he definitely is a man of God, man. You hear me?
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Disruptive thinking. That's what I'm talking about. New York, New York.
Right? Told you, man, these dudes been under federal investigation, man. Y'all better understand what's going on out here, man. These boys being investigated by the feds, man. You hear me, man? These niggas getting investigated by the feds, man. FBI. You know, once the FBI on your ass, man, it's pretty much a wrap, man. You know? Pretty much a wrap for these dudes, man.
Potter's House's association with the Shade Room. The theory was further cemented in February when the page posted, "Here is a new blind item that is allegedly about TD Jakes and Diddy. This television evangelist is trying to stop the stories about him and what he did at the parties of the mogul and wannabe rapper." And again, this is allegedly TD Jakes and Sean Diddy Combs. And the related headline reads, "Does TD Jakes own the Shade Room? Claim debunked amid viral Twitter reactions to Diddy."
Gene Deal, happy to have you back on the platform, man. It's been a while, man.
Shout
I
out
haven't
to
had
big
you on the
homie
platform
Gene
in a
Deal,
long
man.
time, man. Man, stop playing, man. I ain't never left, man. Shit. All I did was change clothes. So I want to get right into it, man. How you feel about these rumors surrounding, Diddy and TD Jakes? Man, what I think about it is this, when I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You have to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin, drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. Maybe he'd have to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he'd have to save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making the Christians look real bad right about now. And you've been to these parties, right? Oh yeah. I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole nine yards.
Come on now.
I know what goes on at the party.
We all know what's going on.
They probably got a little bit more freakier, as time went on, because they got to the point where that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, where people used to go to, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public, but now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other, that's just crazy.
Crazy.
So why do you think he was going to these parties? I think that he's going to the Diddy parties,
Pause.
If he's going, well, we know he's going to the Diddy parties, and I know that it's, I know what usually happens at the Diddy party.
Right.
When we told this happened at the Diddy parties, maybe he needs to see it for himself, man. Maybe he needs to go there and really be involved in some things that could help say some individuals while they going to those parties, or maybe he just going to. Man, it's hard to even talk about. Why would you find?
Come on now, Uncle Diggity, what's good, bro?
What up, Brody?
Happy New Year to you, brother.
Happy New Year to you and yours, man. Chilling.
You already know, bro. Now, come on, Uncle Diggity. Pause, bro.
For real.
Why would any man of God, allegedly, this is equivalent to the scene in New Jack City where the Reverend was in there chopping it up with Nino and them, man.
Right. Taking money from him.
Taking money from him. So why would a man of God be at a P. Diddy party, at his birthday party of all parties, not a fundraising event, a party, a birthday party of all parties? You know what was going down at a Sean Combs birthday party, man.
Right.
And we've all heard of these things, man. It's not like it's like a rumor. It's not like it's not true. Like, you know, when you hear the same thing from many different people, you know, at some point there's some truth involved with that situation, man.
Gotta
be. You go up there and sit up there and, you know, speak your piece on what you think about this whole situation, man, because it seems like it's just getting paused deeper and deeper, man.
Well, given what you presented today, I want to say, like I said earlier, that these niggas are they the fall guys, man. They the low guys on the totem pole. We as the public, you know, look up in reverence at them, and we shouldn't, but we do. Meanwhile, the guys that put them in position and sign their checks and shit look down on them. So they casualties of obviously the bigger thing. It just, when you was telling that shit, I was reminded of that. Remember the joke Chris Rock told on one of his stand-ups where he was talking about the difference between being rich and being wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And he told the joke about that nigga Shaq. Like, everybody looking at Shaq like, oh, he's rich and blah blah blah. But he was like, no, the nigga that write Shaq's check is the nigga you need to motherfucking look at. That's the nigga that motherfucker, you know. And this is basically a case of that, man. You know, shit is starting to open up, so they gotta, you know, the snake has to shed its old skin and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So with
hey, I couldn't even think of a more perfect analogy, like literally.
Blessings. So the snake has to shed its old skin, man. These niggas are, you know, they expendable, bro. It is what it is. With respect to Blackwater and the other like companies that you mentioned, or Blackwater, and there are some other companies. I just watched some shit the other day that says they basically own America. Like, these companies are responsible for, like, I want to say like fucking 85% of America's wealth and shit like that. And Blackwater was on that list. If this nigga, Black Rock rather, and you know, we looking at this the Burkle dude and shit, and how much he's raising for the Democrats. He raising 9 figures for him. So of course he gonna get close to Clinton and all that shit. But if he in bed with these type of people, then, you know, if you look at that in the grand scheme of things, and then look at who a Puff Daddy or a TD Jakes is, you know, y'all niggas ain't shit. I mean, we looking at y'all like, you know, y'all up, but in reality, if you in bed with them dudes, they, you know, let's look at it like this. If these people control that much of America's wealth, then it's pretty much safe to say that they got the FBI in their pocket too.
Oh, for sure.
So here's what we'll do. We got all this dirt on these 2 fucking grease balls and shit. You know, the situation's getting hot with the whole Epstein thing and all of that. You know, names and things are gonna start coming out. So we gonna have to shed some of this skin, man. We gonna have to give up Puff. We're gonna hand deliver these motherfuckers to you.
Right.
Which is why all of the you know, there have been fucking, you know, jabs here and there, especially about Puff, about him being fruity and shit like that.
Right.
But once this time came, no, they basically, whoever is over, whether it's Burkle or whoever's over Burkle or whoever, decided to pull the trigger on these two dudes, they basically just hand delivered them to the feds and media outlets, which is they control all of the shit. So it's a given, man. We living in a, this is a simulation and shit. To be fair about it, I don't want to, well, fuck it. The church obviously has been fraud the whole time. You know what I mean, it's just been a tool just to suck the resource and the money out of the public and in exchange for false hope or whatever. But in the grand scheme of this corporate ran country, you can see that everything is novelty. Whatever you spend your money on is basically just novelty inside of a simulation or whatever, whether you want to, believe in the church and go give all your money to them. You want to go buy a bunch of cars, buy homes, bunch of clothes, whatever it is. It's novelty. Fast food, it's novelty, all of it.
The Matrix doesn't care what rigid belief system you adhere to within the Matrix, as long as you adhere to one.
Exactly. And it's one there for you. I mean, it's there for you. I mean, the only things that really matter in this life are offspring and good health, because wealth and shit is starting to look janky and, especially within this system and shit like that. So, these dudes are just, they just taking the L. I'm actually not surprised by it. If you can peep the play, you can see it, especially what you provided today. So that was good shit to open the year up on your end, bro.
Right. I'm glad, and I know somebody like you would appreciate that, because like I say, Uncle Diggity, man, we've been duped, we've been lied to, and all this stuff going on with all these famous entertainers. This is just scratching the surface, but see, when we start to scratch the surface, what happens is we start to expose what's underneath. And I said, we've all been led to think that Sean John was a creation of the mind of Sean Combs. No, they allowed him to name the company after him, gave him a percentage as far as like a measly ass ownership in it, which is less than 5%, I'm sure. And he was the face of the company, right? Ronnie Burkle invested the $100 million. He was a major stakeholder in it. Ronnie Burkle was in bed with all of these guys: Larry Fink, George Soros, Bezos.
You might as well just say the same thing for all of the hip hop clothing, then, because you don't flip from selling records to selling clothing like that nationwide and shit like that. Like, you got to know some people to get into that, on that wavelength or whatever like that. So, it happened fast. Rockaware, Sean John, shit, even Fat Farm. I mean, all of them motherfuckers really was in bed with these types and shit of investors or whatever to kick their shit off. And we just got duped. I mean, the whole hip hop culture thing, as it's packaged and presented to us and shit, is a fucking trick bag, man. It ain't curbside no more. It ain't the struggle of the people. It ain't, it ain't what it was and shit. So Puff, my own personal view on Puff is he's like the main culprit nigga that took hip hop and sold it out, hand delivered it to the fucking beast and shit. It had some type of integrity up until Bad Boy came out, and I'm gonna just stand on that or whatever. The dance, the glitz, the flossing, the everything that basically is prevalent to this day. He was the guy that took it and turned hip hop into that. So to find out that he's in bed with all of these types of motherfuckers, like down the line and shit, like, yeah, he was in on the twist the whole time. And then if you look at TD Jakes, when you got somebody like the Bush family giving you 28 acres, and this is what you did with the 28 acres, then clearly the Bush family are invested in the ignorance. And TD Jakes is just, he was just a propagator or whatever. He would, the mega church, black dudes, yada, yada. The Bushes will have a seat when they come in town or whatever the fuck the case may be. But yeah, this is all just, it's all just games. Motherfuckers with hell of money and shit that can afford to put on theater and do what the fuck they want to do in front of us. And we're just, in the Matrix, in a sense.
In the Matrix, we plugged in. Now, this guy, Ronnie Burkle, man, He's connected with Epstein, man. What's that list about to come out? Everybody who we talked about, whose name is coming up: T.D. Jakes, Sean Combs, Sean Carter. You hear me? Jamie Foxx. You understand me? All these people whose names is coming under scrutiny, all being connected and associated with some type of human mobilization, some type of sexualization, deviancy type situation, right? They're all connected to their all names being mentioned in the same source, man, and they all have common connectors in between each other, man. You know, this guy Ronnie was connected with the boy Epstein, man. Epstein is connected to T.D. Jakes through the Bushes. T.D. Jakes also sits on the chairboard of the Brain Gate through his homeboy Ronnie Burkle, who owns the Pittsburgh Penguins, right? Who's he cool with? Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is what? On the chairboard of what? Brain Gate. With who? Epstein, Gates, Bezos, Zuckerberg. Y'all got to start connecting the dots on this shit, man. These guys are, like my man Uncle D said, they the fall guys, man. They're the faces of stuff. How many of y'all ever heard of the company Diageo?
Never.
That's who owns Ciroc, not Buffy. You think they're about to let a nigga own something like a goddamn alcohol company? Look at the company that goddamn it, Jeezy so-called drink what's it called? The Douce. You got Nas, who's the black and the urban ambassador for the Hennessy family. Do y'all know who the Hennessy family is? I know I told y'all a few months back about that whole situation with Nas, old boy. Right? These dudes do not own nothing. They are slaves, man. This is what I'm gonna be talking about. Go ahead, Uncle D.
No, I was just gonna say they quick to put a nigga's face on the front of some destruction for us and shit. Guaranteed. We'll get them endorsement deals all day and shit. And that loans credence to people needing to pay attention to the things that these celebrities actually are endorsing and maybe take a look into the health properties of it and shit like that. You know what I mean? These chicken sandwiches, Sprite, Pepsi, you know, alcohol, things of that nature. It sounds fucked up on the playback, but I feel like it's worth, you know, taking a look into. But go ahead, though, Verge.
It's definitely worth looking into. You know what I mean? Definitely worth looking into, because when you start looking into this stuff, y'all listen to me, y'all, man. I'm gonna sit down real quick. Grabbing something. Let me tell y'all, man. Listen, when you start looking into this stuff, man, right? And connecting the dots. And like I say, I used to always tell y'all, listen, follow the money. Right? My man Lester Freeman from The Wire, follow the money. Yes, follow the money. But when you want to get to the real basis of it, you got to follow the bloodline, man. You got to see who these people's, who they connected to genetically. And this dude right here, man, he's connected. He's in. He's connected with people like Leslie Wexner. I recently came across, he's a member of the Mega Group. I'm gonna have to do a show on the Mega Group, man. Y'all know about the Mega Group? This stuff is, man, I'm telling y'all, man. So when we see what's going on with Jakes and Combs, they're just the fall guys, man. And they signed up for this, so they don't get no sympathy. They don't get no nothing. They signed up for this.
Yeah.
And if they are guilty of anything that they're allegedly being accused of, which more than likely they are, think how many people who are no longer here as a result of just Sean alone. We ain't really hip to what Jake's got going on. Oh, his first wife left him. I'm talking about Jake's is because of his sexual behavior, his peculiar sexual behavior. You ever been swallowed up? Especially going to church, Uncle Diggity, and you see the Pastor frolic across the stage. He carousing across the stage in a purple cassock. Do y'all know why them Roman Catholic priests used to wear cassocks? Do you know
naked up under the motherfucker or something?
That's another topic for another day. You know what I'm saying? It's very demonic. But it's basically a dress that they use to cover up their nasty ass sores that they would develop because they were doing sexual deviancy, contracting sexually transmitted diseases like syphilis, like goddamn herpes. Another topic for another day, man.
I think they're gonna need some hard. They're gonna need some hard hitting evidence for TD Jakes. Puff along the lines. Puff's probably a rap because that nigga it's too many things coming out on him. Whereas TD Jakes, it's like there's accusations, but at the same time we still trying to string it together on dude. Right. Puff's pretty much a rap. And if you think if you think about these niggas, if you think about the crew, the pecking order of the crew that these niggas is aligned with, Puff is probably the nigga that the crew really doesn't need. You know, nobody's buying his records, his merch, his anything. You know what I mean? So nigga, you're a rap. You're a rap. So TD Jakes preaches the gospel, so they can still get money. People are still going to his church, even with all these accusations and shit popping up on him. So he still can generate revenue for the squad in a sense and shit. So if both of them don't go down, I want to say Puff will probably be the guy that definitely goes down, and TD Jakes may get to make it through unscathed for the simple fact it's not a whole lot on him, but if motherfuckers start coming out and dropping dime on him and shit, he'll be right with Puff to be exited out the card, man.
I'm glad my brother Uncle Dick, and this is the aspect that I always come from with this, and I'm glad you got the foresight, insight, oversight to see this, brother. Let me know.
All praises due.
Only one, man. Right? And I like that insight right there, man, because that's what we gotta start looking at. Ain't nobody buying Sean John. When the last time you seen a Sean John ad, a Sean John in GQ magazine? When the last time you seen Sean John fashion show? Now, let's be real now, though, right? We're not going to sit up here and talk shit about Sean John clothes like it wasn't popping. The urban line might not have been doing good, but the men's line, is definitely on point. But here recently, we haven't seen any advertisements. We haven't seen any shows. Like I said, I haven't seen Sean John in the normal, GQ magazine, stuff like that. We don't see no ads for Sean John or none of that stuff. We got a very extensive men's line, right?
Ciroc ain't really the drink of choice no more.
Niggas don't go to the club and be like, let me get some Ciroc. You go to the liquor store, Ciroc is fully stocked on the shelf in 1,000 different flavors, and it's always there.
De Leon never really was the drink of choice, so that was probably a flubbed investment. Yeah, basically.
It's a phase. We rocked with it because it was Puff. De Leon. I mess with the De Leon every now and again, but
Yeah. I mean, I had a bottle of that shit, but it was never like we said in popularity. It was never the drink of choice. Like he couldn't. At that point, I mean, with Ciroc, he had used all his juice, and then if he got De Leon, he didn't have nothing left to push that into the forefront. Like people was already vexed with him, so Ciroc in essence kind of saved his career. Gave him an extra 2 summers or something to push the shit or whatever. And shit. None of that shit. Yeah, Puff been cold product for a long, long time, man. He just really had a reputation. He was famous and shit. But a lot of good that.
It's over with. His star power is faded. It's over with, man.
It's a wrap.
And then
bro just got a star on the Walk of Fame like a couple years ago. Now all this come out. I wonder if they're gonna pull that up or they just gonna let him live. Or
that's what they do is recycle the
bro.
Agenda, man. Right?
That nigga should have had one anyway.
They're gonna chew him up, pause, digest him, regurgitate his ass, man. It's gonna be another person to replace him. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen with Sean, man. I wouldn't be surprised. And I don't like to even speak like when I say I don't mind speaking like this. It's not that I enjoy it, but you know, when we're speaking on this type of thing, we gotta put this stuff out there, man, because it's in context of what's going on. And as a result of these things happening in the past, we can see a chain of events and we can start to put together, like, you know, this is something that's more than likely to happen when you're dealing with these people. Don't be surprised if our brother Sean, man, you know, mysterious plane crash, helicopter accident, you know, some weird stuff happened. You know, if he gets arrested and, you know, he, you know, mysteriously hangs himself while on suicide watch or protective custody, like Epstein or Jean-Luc Brunel. Oh, mind you, that list is supposedly coming out, man. I'm telling you, man, I've already seen it, man. And a lot of people think that stuff is no, man. That is a
it's the same. It's the same list that came.
Go ahead, Uncle Nigga.
No, I was gonna say that's the same list that came out not too long ago, right?
Yeah, a couple years ago, right around the pandemic time when it was all on lockdown, they start putting all that stuff.
Okay.
Manifesto for the plane, man. That's for the FAA, man. That's people. They have to have those letters of people on planes for security, for the safety travel board and all that stuff, man. Ain't no way you on a flight and they don't know you're on the flight, man. Now they might do technicalities get certain things mixed up, but I mean, it's not like they don't know.
So that list was out. They already what they do? Scrub the internet of it or something?
Yeah, not only that.
Wow.
Not only did they scrub the internet of Uncle Diggy, but what they did was they was going to, you know what I'm saying, wait until after they got done with old girl Ghislaine and stuff to make it look like she doing all the talking and stuff.
Right.
You know, man.
Whatever happened to her? They talked that bitch right out of media.
Exactly.
Like,
that's my whole point. Is she locked up?
Whoa.
Is she not? What's going on with her? Is she in prison?
Whoa.
Do we know? How can we confirm that? How can we corroborate that? Right?
Whoa.
No interviews on nobody from her while she's in prison.
Right.
If she's in prison, is she in prison? What prison is she in?
Nah, you got to think, bro. If it's really like a whole child trafficking, sex ring type thing, and it really goes that high up, it is. Then you know it ain't just the people that we know doing it. It's got to be, like we said, the check writers over them that make all of this shit possible. So it's definitely some very, very elite shit going on and shit. Some very, 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 very like
super elite.
You know. She went to jail or whatever and disappeared. Like they was just starting to report, okay, Elaine's going to court, and I ain't heard of that shit. It's been like what, a year or two since then, or bruh. And it just dawned on me, like, yeah, well, I haven't heard nothing about her. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, it's nothing to present it one way to the public, you know, turn the camera off and do what the fuck we want to do if we running the show while the camera's off or behind the camera.
Give you a few big names, Brunel, Epstein.
Yeah, give you a couple and entertain the public, you know, feed the dogs, and then we can go back in the house, you know, and do what the fuck we want to do.
You know, we throw some couple of ours in there along with you niggas. Right?
Man, all these motherfuckers is expendable in the grand scheme of things, man. If you ain't up there in one of them Black Rocks or motherfucker, if you motherfucking Puff Daddy, CEO of Bad Boy Records, or any one of these other motherfuckers running around, as we know they're destroyable, then you really ain't, you know, they really got us looking up at a ceiling and shit. To be fair and to be honest about the whole thing in total, they really just got us looking up at a ceiling. They got us aspiring and killing each other and wasting away and shit all for a ceiling. Because they not gonna let you get to, you know, they ain't gonna let you get up there like that, bro. Clearly they not.
Right. They're only gonna let you go so far. You get to talk.
Yeah, they only let you go so far.
you get to talking about purchasing NBC and stuff like that, man, you know, getting bigger
Nah,
than
see,
all that
you,
stuff, they're gonna spend
yeah.
it. And this is why I'm telling you, it's a lot of listen, y'all. I'm not hating. No, I'm not burning bread. I'm telling y'all this stuff happens. Been a lot more people about to go down, man. 50. My man Curtis, man. Your time is coming, brother. He ain't
All these
exempt.
dudes.
Yeah,
I'm
all of
interested in
them.
seeing the Jay-Z story now because that nigga shit coming too. It's been little
He's
increments of
involved with
him
it too.
every now and then and yada yada, but all of these niggas' times is coming, bro. All of these
Domino
niggas'
effect.
times. That nigga Mace slipped through the crack and shit, man, getting cracked with that tranny and shit. He slipped through the crack on that. But that was back when people weren't really talking about the whole homo agenda and shit like that happened to him. So he wasn't really rapping or nothing at that time when that happened. So he slipped through the crack. But if you reference back to Cam finding the joints in that nigga bathroom and shit like that, you'll see that Mace was probably, you know, a fuck boy all along or some shit all along. So
Listen,
he knew what he.
Uncle Daddy, peep this though.
Yeah.
Right? This is why Cam said Cam didn't bring. I mean, Mace didn't bring Cam along with him to Diddy. Mace issued him off basically to Rivera and Big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Mace no Cam won't be going for none of that shit. You feel them still homeboys though, because they grew up with each other though. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? But not only that though, but think about this though. Think about the story 50 said when the nigga Mace told them, or not even story, but the nigga Spider Loke said on my nigga M Rex show, man, when all this shit started coming up, and Spider Loke, you know, he was said 50 told him the story when Mace or Mace told them the story when Puff told him I'll come to a party with no drawers on or some shit like that. So, you know, I'm talking about, like, Murder got some explaining to do, man.
Yeah, that shit.
Murder got some explaining to do, man. You know, that took
that
me
nigga,
out right there, though. Like, hold on, he went to the joint. What happened, Joe? My man, Mr. O from Chicago. What happened, man? Happy New Year, Joe. You know, that's crazy, man. You go to me up. So for one, why do you got a room in this nigga's crib? For one, that's just crazy, right?
Right.
Two, you go in the bathroom, you know what I'm talking about, like, you know, it's a joint in there, man. Like, hold on, man. Like, I understand you saying that's the man's joint, but it's in your bathroom, though, bro. Like,
right. Yeah, man, I ain't, you know.
Maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you don't got no explaining to do, but.
And then bro got picked up with the damn where it got cracked, got into a car accident with a tranny in his car. So that nigga, I mean, shit, he may not be a frequent flyer, but he's fucking took a couple trips, I guess, if you want to.
Y'all forgot about that one, did y'all with Bass, huh?
Yeah. That motherfucker, that's why. That's it. That's
Hold on, I forgot about that, man. Hold on.
See, nah, that nigga, that's why I say he slipped through the cracks. I think that shit happened in like 17 or some shit. When he was in between pastoring and going 2G unit. He wasn't signed with them niggas yet. He wasn't fucking with them yet. And he had just quit pastoring, I guess. So he was in between that gray area right there. And that nigga got into an accident in a Range Rover and got cracked with a tranny in a car.
Oh, man.
Right. So when Cam and this nigga Mace do the show.
Yeah, here it is right here.
When Cam and Mace do their show, or like one of them clips you was showing the other day where Cam was fucking with that nigga about the joint he found in the bathroom. The look on Mace's face was like telling, like, oh, this nigga, like, he gonna low key air me out and shit.
Like that,
yeah, I mean, you gonna air me out and shit. But I remembered that shit with him getting cracked with the tranny. So I'm like, yeah, this nigga, he's a fun boy too. He got like a queer demeanor and shit. I ain't gonna, you know, it's only so much pretty boy shit in the world, but Mace got a queer demeanor to me.
Me too,
But
man.
yeah, I mean, we enjoyed, you know, the music or whatever the fuck. But just to be fair, them niggas, man, them niggas queers, bro.
I got an article right here, y'all, man. We got to get confirmation of the information. Shout out to my nigga Uncle Diggity. A-Town gossip heads are all buzzing over Pastor May's recent fender. Hold on, I know it's a video on this joint. Hold on, this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna sit up here and back out of this. Pause. All right. I'm gonna just show y'all some images right there on the screen with my man Murder and and all of that, right? And we're gonna sit up here and do it like this. This is crazy. I forgot all about this, Uncle Diggity.
Well, man. So it's always been like weird occurrences and shit every now and then. I mean, every now and then. Sometimes they'll pick up and sometimes they'll just fall by the wayside. And this right here happens to be one that fell by the wayside.
Range Rover accident.
Yeah, so all of the hand smiling and calm demeanor and all of that shit. You know, that nigga, you know, he may not be on that like that, but like I said, the nigga might not be a frequent flyer, but he's definitely taking a couple trips.
I can't find no videos on it.
It's an old article, probably before shit was, you know.
I definitely got the article though. I definitely had the article.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and finish and reading that article though. It's an XXL magazine article, right? Let me put it back on y'all. It's right there on the screen for y'all. A-Town gossip heads are buzzing over Pastor Mason's recent fender bender on Thursday night. The rapper allegedly sideswiped the Range Rover while trying to pick up a transvestite. The pursuit of pussy or dick can be dangerous. I got a few stories of my own I would love to share, but this isn't another place. The identified woman called into V103's Ryan Cameron show the following day to dish the dirt. Initially, I had issues believing her story since a few details were a little suspect. For example, what type of dinner party pops off at midnight? Girl, stop. I suppose it was the whatever, right? Oh, just say it. I'm about to say, is this it? Oh, I thought that was it right there. Yeah, so man, I'm looking on the YouTube. I don't see nothing on it, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
That shit, I forgot what well obviously XXL, but I forgot what like back then what media outlets was popping to where you could probably find some shit. Obviously XXL, but you know, it was out there.
Nothing on here about it, man. That's for sure. Ain't nothing on YouTube about it. You would think it would be, but it ain't. That's crazy.
That's probably why he felt comfortable to do that show on this motherfucker with Cam, to be honest.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
I tell y'all, Murder got some explaining to do, man. You hear me? Murder got some explaining to do, man. I keep telling y'all about the memory hole, man. I keep telling y'all about that memory hole, man. You hear me? But, hey, man, listen, man. It's a good way to start off 2024, man. Shout out to my brother Red, man. That was a fire show earlier, man. I cold fell asleep, Uncle Dick. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you, bro.
Yeah, I was out. I had to buy a couple little things for baby girl. She going back to school and shit tomorrow. I was out with the wife and shit, listening in. But then I walked in. That's when Tariq had came in and shit. I was trying to call Red and text the nigga and all kind of shit. Like, bro, drop the link. That nigga Tariq in there. And he said he had walked off or whatever. But yeah, that was a good turnout today. That was decent. Yeah, shout out to Red Supreme TV1.
Shout out to my nigga, man, for real. Cause listen, y'all, make no mistake, man. Don't let nobody fool you, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody trick you, tell you nothing different, man. You know what I'm saying? You see how old dudes just always just dance like, listen, nah, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that, man. Until I hear people say, like I said earlier, man, when it comes to that, if they ain't going to out their mouth say, yeah, man, black people solely created hip hop without the influence or help from nobody else. If you don't say that, if you don't believe that, if you ain't going along with that, then it's not even no point to have a conversation. Like I said, we're not going to be honest about the intricacies, the actual facts, historical, right, and anecdotal, right. If we're not going to be honest about that, what's the even point of having a conversation concerning the topic?
Dr. Cologne, if you hear this, bruh, you say you was a history teacher or you teach kids black history and shit during February, man. Just do yourself a favor, and if you're gonna teach the shit, man, if you're gonna teach it, bro, teach it right, bro. You don't stand to gain anything with the insert your name here and shit theory and shit like that, man. Tell the kids the real story, man, and be an honorable dude, man. Stop being a fucking weasel out here with this whatever it is and shit you doing, man. That shit's lame as hell, bro. Because we all know the truth. So you on the island with the shenanigans, bro.
So and when it comes to this, though, like I say, man, it gets to a point where it's insulting of the intelligence, because you're either doing this for one or two reasons. Either one, you are really believe this, right? You really believe this, and you just, more or less delusional. Or two, you have some type of benefit or incentive from pushing what clearly is not facts and is not the actual history, right? The fact that the guy dances around and tries to just pull stuff and goes on tangents and talks about irrelevant things is really not even makes any sense at times and don't even matter. You understand what I'm saying? In an attempt to connect any type of assistance with the creation or modification of anything that has to do with the origins of hip hop by anybody other than black people. And I'm talking about niggas from America, man. You hear me?
And I'm listening currently to Machito and the Afro Cubans or whatever the hell that shit is. I'm gonna peep their whole catalog so I could see what this dude's talking about. So far, I ain't heard nothing but the typical Spanish jazz, whatever, and I'm not getting any correlation from that to hip hop so far. Who's to say I won't find it along the catalog, but
if
I'm on your
anybody
ass.
it'd be somebody like you or somebody like my nigga Tox, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
right.
You definitely gonna find it if it's there. If it's any hip hop element to it, it can be added to a track somehow, man. Now,
one thing about
that, because any sound can be used for anything, though. But when we talking about the origins of what we talking about as far as hip hop, though, man, like, come on, man.
Now, see, it goes to it like he said earlier. He's like, oh, the Latin percussion instruments. No, bro, these are the same instruments that all people that play instruments use. The chords and the timing of the bars and things like that come into play, which create these different scenarios for music. It ain't no such thing as a goddamn Latin percussion and shit. The same tom drum or congo or cowbell or triangle or bells or any other piece of percussion, castanets, anything. It's all the same thing, and it can all be used through any genre of music. So it ain't no such thing as no fucking Latin percussions. There's a certain maybe set of percussions that they use, but it ain't no.
You could be a Latin percussionist.
It's universal. The instruments are universal. So you did right there, bro. As soon as he said that, I'm like, what the fuck is a Latin percussion instrument? What is that? So man, motherfucker's crazy, man. Bro. I mean, I understand your will to want to win or whatever, but come on, bro. Find something to win. Don't.
But my whole thing is this, Uncle D, is the fact that the fervor that these people are pushing this agenda lets me know that they're being told to do this by a higher up source for sure, which connects into what we talking about concerning TD Jakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that we know that, now that we have somewhat of a glimpse into actual funding and source, and we actually have a link. Verge created a link that actually ties us directly almost to these guys. Like, okay, y'all are doing the funding. You guys are responsible for funding these celebs or whatever, these ideologies that's out here, the homo agenda, the Latins and hip hop, all of it. This is all, so we got a direct link. So people just, hopefully can heed the message and really just start to move accordingly, as I always say.
You already know, man, Uncle D. Man, what you get into what you been doing all day for the new year, man? What you get into last night, man? You just chilling with the fam at the crib or something like that?
Nigga, I watched some foul shit, honorable mention. I was looking at YouTube, obviously, and shit. Me and the wife, I had smoked some ribs and shit. We was chilling. Okay. Around 9 o'clock, I guess we turned to New York to Times Square to see the ball drop and shit. And the ball dropped, and as soon as the ball dropped, the first thing they showed was two fags kissing. Like,
oh man,
like yeah, they did us in, bro. Like my daughter was right there and shit. My daughter looked at me, I looked at my wife, she looked at her like, go upstairs, baby, blah blah blah. So yeah, they just, the agenda's in full effect. I pretty much been kicking it, through the holidays. It was the anniversary and wife's birthday and all that shit. So I did all of that and holiday time and all that.
And all of that to the Wizzy, man. That's what's up, man. Oh man, that's terrible, man. That's terrible.
Yeah, that right there was like we teaching my baby about the countdown and the bullshit traditions and shit. So she counting down with my wife from 10 to 1 and they Happy New Year. And then as soon as they changed from the ball dropping, they had a black dude with dreads and a white dude tongue kissing. And they held the camera on it. They held the camera on them for like a good 10 seconds, bro. Like it was about them or something. Like it was just a lot of fugazi going on at the Times Square ball drop and shit like that. Like that shit ain't even official no more, bro. It ain't even, that shit. It was terrible. So we was just.
He said, "I'm never in life watching it again."
Yeah, I'm good on that. We had popped a bottle though, ate and smoked shit. I was in the bed by like 9:30. I ain't even front.
You know what I mean? Man, don't even be, man. That stuff ain't what it used to be no more, man. You feel me?
Yeah, I ain't in all that shit. I'd rather safety and to be here the next day. So anyway, I could kick it in peace and get to the next day. That's what it is, man.
That's all it's about, man. It's right back to it tomorrow, man. Back to the regular humdrum, man. My nigga, my brother, Uncle D, man. Happy New Year to you, brother. Appreciate you coming on, giving your beautiful insight as usual. 2024, and I know you was on board with this. 2024, we pushing, promoting, preaching, teaching manhood, masculinity. Manalytics, shout out to the homie Sir Ism, you know what I'm talking about? All that back rigor shit, man. That shit is a wrap, man. 2020, this is about to get real out here, man. We need to be doing some serious things, man. You know what I'm talking about? We far better off working with each other than working against each other, man. I mean, of course, it's gonna always be, agent provocateurs and rabble rousers, but that's why we gamed up. We can point them niggas out. We ain't worried about that. We more focused on the young brothers that interacting with those who's like-minded and ain't on that bullshit. You understand what I'm saying, Uncle D? Man, I want you to speak on that real quick before we get up out of here, just starting off top for 2024.
Well, it's good to it's good to see where the space is in and shit. I kicked it with Aunt T over the weekend and shit, fucking with that purge and shit he had and shit. That shit was fun. But it's good. I think the space is in a good spot, man. It's gonna grow, and the distinctions are gonna be made between who's doing what and shit, just like it always do. And if you can't swim, you'll drown in this motherfucker. So it is what it is. I'm just happy, it seems like more people are starting to really care about what's going on and shit. And I really just want that to continue on through the year and up through the years and shit, because this is really what's important and shit. It's sad we got to circle the wagon and kind of gather motherfuckers back up, but it is what it is, man. I'm having fun. I'm learning a lot from niggas and shit. I'm trying to share the game and pour it back into it. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Cheers to everybody. Blessings and shit, you know, good content. Mr. O, shout out, man. We're gonna get this nigga going and shit. Hopefully O get something going good for 2024, get some consistency and all that.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? And you know, we can just keep adding on and just keep building this shit up, man, because it's us. So,
Yeah.
you know, we got to teach the youth, man.
That's a fact, man. I appreciate that, Uncle D. You already know, man. Tomorrow night, we getting straight back to it. E&E Tuesday. Tuesday night wrap up E&E Sports. We're going to be breaking down this week sporting events and sport news and all that crazy stuff. Make sure y'all tap in tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to get straight to it. Me and my brother King Els. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful thing, man. I appreciate you coming up and enjoy the rest of your new year, man. We getting right back to it tomorrow, man. Ain't nothing stop, you know?
No doubt. Shout out E&E. Shout out Butcher Boys, King L, Nauseous, all you niggas and shit, man.
I know, man. We got to have that Midwest and that West Coast connection going on that music. I'm telling you, we're going to get these visuals, man. Fuck around to come out to Cali, make some videos or something, man. You know what I'm talking about? Beautiful thing. This is the thing I love about the internet. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing stuff like that, interacting, linking up, doing business, creating. You feel me? Actually building. This is what we designed to do, brothers, and that's what we focusing on over here, especially in Able Talk. We focusing on that in 2024, bringing things into fruition. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just talking. You feel me? Yeah. Shout out to my brother Uncle Diggity, man. We about to get up out of here, man.
Peace and love, man.
I know, brother. Shout out to my brother Uncle Diggity, man. You already know what it is, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share your social engineering. We about to get up out of here tomorrow night. Y'all know what it is, man. Tuesday night, wrap up sports, E&E Sports Tuesdays. Y'all know how it is. Tap in, walk with us, 8:30 p.m. Like I said, Eastern Standard Time. We be right back, man. 2024, man. Manhood, masculinity, manalytics. Shout out to my brother, Sir Ism. Let's go, man.
E&E. Stacks with the facts. What up, Stacks? I got my man Glitch the Guarantee on the track with me. Glitch the Guarantee. Yeah. We bringing this message to you fake woke niggas. Gotta wake these niggas up, man. All y'all out there spreading them lies and falling victim to this propaganda. Niggas believe it. Hey, Glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, tell them up, time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, tell them up, time to wake them up. I gotta set the alarm, wake you up from the slumber. Wake them up, Floyd and Harry, fake woke niggas, y'all dumb dumbass. I drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Let's be an immediately, we the wake them up henchmen. A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real for my niggas, we all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga, bon appetit. Yeah. Pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these walls and illusory fault lines like racism and bring light to the woke, just like a Baptist. The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim to be. A bunch of Peter pop off niggas really be lame to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. The more we come together, it's easy to beat the enemy. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Alarm clock to the woke,
time to wake them up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You wave riding niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing on gas straight from the Ivory Coast.
In every post, I'll be hitting y'all with them straight facts. The smart critters now here, we gotta face that. While they coming with microchips and vaccinations, fake gold niggas perpetuating indoctrination.
Fuck this pandemic. This was a damn gimmick. Niggas will believe that their mom died if she still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, nigga. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga.
And that's the biggest fact, which you better tell these niggas. This Agenda 2030, it's gonna be hell, niggas. Fuck AOC and her new Green Deal. I'm Neo in this bitch. You want they red pill.